Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let's get back into Iraq, shall we? Somebody brought to my attention that it seems like every day they're bringing up articles about how the gap between the set exchange rate of 1,320 dinars for every dollar versus the parallel market, that gap is shrinking, which is good news. In my opinion, they're taking the necessary steps moving forward to do what they can to strengthen their economy as well as their currency. Let's hope this continues and there's no interruptions, especially with everything that's going on over there in the Middle East. It doesn't look good. It looks like the United States is looking for an excuse to go after Iran is what it looks like. And I don't think that's going to sit very well with the people in Iraq. So a member of the State Law Coalition identified on Thursday two phenomena behind the decline in the exchange rate of the dollar against the Iraqi dinar, while he stressed the continued decline until next week. It was said in a statement, the decline in the exchange rate of the United States dollar against the Iraqi dinar is behind two phenomena. The first is the measures of the central bank to facilitate the trade exchange process by entering the platform for financial transfers, which led to a decrease in the demand for the dollar from the parallel market. As for the second phenomenon, the arrival of large shipments of dollar to the Iraqi treasury of Iraq's funds is in the U.S. Federal Reserve, which contributed to the provisions of dollars significantly. The dollar will continue to fall against the dinar until next week, but it needs a while to reach the official price. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on that and see how that goes. Direct-to-use electronic payment in all government institutions in early 2024. The government media team confirmed on Thursday a trend to use the electronic payment process in all government institutions without exception early next year in 2024, while it issues a warning to electronic payment card holders. The spokesman for the Lieutenant General said the General Secretariat of the Council for Ministers issued 2 days ago the official authorities, citizens, and employees of Irony Master and Visa card holders, cards adopted to the electronic payment process, the necessity and importance beware of trading or shipping or shopping them from unknown and indiscreet sites or stores, and also not to hand over these cards to unknown persons or hand over the secret numbers in order to preserve their money. There is a government trend early next year in 2024 towards the use of electronic payment process in all government institutions without exception under the decision for the Council of Ministers issued and the directives of the Prime Minister al-Sudani. These main relevant authorities in the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank, as well as banks, are working to urge citizens and institutions to automate the electronic payment process in coordination with officially approved electronic payment companies to be a new civilization phenomenon used for the first time in Iraq for years. So as we are aware, all transactions electronically will be done in dinar, which is good. The Parliamentary Committee, the dollar exchange rate will stabilize with the broader launch of the budget. Members of the Parliamentary Finance Committee said today, Thursday, that the decline in the exchange rate of the dollar against the Iraqi dinar is due to the citizens' fear of the fluctuation occurring and linked this to the budget that was stopped before the local elections, while he indicated that the government's shift towards electronic dealings in the next year is considered a development positively. Cougar confirmed in an interview with the official newspaper that the dollar may witness a greater decline when exchanged against the Iraqi dinar, especially with the resumption of a large budget disbursements and the government's implementation of the electronic system, which aims to reduce financial dealings with the dollar. More importantly about that whole thing is the fact that the disbursements, what it was in the budget, is a biggie. Because this will allow them to start projects and get Iraqis back to work. You hear me say it all the time. Get them off government aid, get them back to working, paying taxes. So instead of money going out, it's going to be coming in, which is a good thing. Cougar stressed that the real price must be determined by the criterion of need, expressing his concern about the lack of solid financial institutions that talk about import and export. He pointed out that the government did not spend the budget during the local election period to avoid exploiting it in electoral campaigns, calling on the government to start dispersing the budget more to achieve stability in the market and the exchange rate. The Secretary of Baghdad announced the Baghdad Metro project that will see the light soon. So not only do we have the One Road project, in addition to that, the ports of Fa being completed. Now you have this metro. These are all big ticket items that help Iraq strengthen their economy. Baghdad Mayor confirmed that Thursday the capital's metro project will soon come to light under support of the services government, adding that it will cover about 80% of the city's area. That allows citizens to get around conveniently. And if citizens can get around conveniently, that means they're able to get to places like malls and stores to make purchases a lot easier than they are. That stimulates the economy. A statement from the Secretariat, a copy that went to the news, Kademi held a meeting at the headquarters of the Baghdad municipality under the chairmanship and in the presence of the advisor to the Prime Minister for Transport Affairs, the Undersecretary of Baghdad Technical Secretariat, the Director General of the Design Department, and all these other positions, they were all there. Let's put it that way. Kademi stressed that the cabinet session last Thursday approved the necessary financial allocations to contract with a global consulting company to provide an integrated vision for the implementation of the metro capital, Baghdad. The Baghdad Metro project is one of the old projects for which the Baghdad municipality prepared several studies that did not see the light because of inability to implement them because it was required to take possession of many land and disperse large funds. Kademi added that the government of services today, under the management of the Prime Minister, has prepared a new vision for the management of the Metro file, and we are strongly proceeding to implement it, and very soon the project will see the light of service the people of the capital. The proposed new area for the Metro will cover up to 80% of the areas of the city of Baghdad, which contributes to addressing traffic jams and meeting the transportation requirements for population complexes and overpopulated areas. The Prime Minister's advisor for Transport Affairs confirmed that the Metro project is now one of the priorities of the Iraqi government and enjoys a personal follow-up of the Prime Minister and is contracting with a specialized advisory board that is the best in the world in the field of trains. So in my opinion, I think this will be a pretty good boost to the economy. If people have a way to conveniently get to their stores that they need to go to, you'll see a lot more shopping take place. The Sudanese advisor details government measures and curbing dollar. Saleh said in the news, credit cards, with their high flexibility and use, have provided a direct role in providing easy payments in foreign areas for travel purposes. The demand for foreign exchange was also met by withdrawing from the dollar accounts of citizens after banks were allowed to supply dollars from foreign markets in cash for this purpose. Saleh pointed to the trade regulation with neighboring Turkey to finance trade in Turkish lira through sober banking channels. All these factors have contained the noise of the illegal parallel exchange market. He continued, in addition to the role of economic policy enabling the commercial arm of the state by providing an additional stable price commodity offered by adopting 4 additional baskets to provide basic commodities and supporting supplies to the market funded at the official exchange rate of 1,300 dinars for every dollar. Saleh described this policy as price defense, which led to the fall of the growth of annual inflation to 3.7% currently, after an annual growth was about 7% in the counts at the beginning of the year. That's a nice little drop for Iraq. Congrats on that one. So here you have Iraq, Spain issued joint statement on developing ties and investment opportunities. You see right here it says the two presidents affirmed the excellent status of bilateral relations between the Republic of Iraq and the Kingdom of Spain, based on historical relations between the two countries and their peoples, agreed to continue working together and further deepening bilateral relations, and decided to start contacts for a new meeting of political consultation in order to discuss matters of common interest. So Spain is actively contributing to a non-combat international efforts to develop the capabilities of Iraqi armed forces, both within the framework of the international coalition against ISIS, or the NATO's efforts to defeat ISIS, and to the building of modern and well-prepared Iraqi armed forces and security institutions through the NATO mission in Iraq that Spain took over in May 24th of this year. He stressed that Iraq is committed to ensuring the international forces carry out their task in security and peace, and stresses that these factors exist at the request of the Iraqi government and their work is beneficial to the Iraqi people and the international community. Spain's just there to once again reiterate the agreement that they have with one another and the role Spain has in Iraq, which is to help with their armed military force. So a lot of articles that we're seeing in the news are just repetitive. It's Iraq moving forward like they should, which is a good thing. They're taking positive steps. But for anything that's going to be really drastic, it's not going to happen to the beginning of this next year. Now keep in mind all those so-called gurus out there swearing up and down that you're going to see a change in the exchange rate by the end of this year or beginning of next year. So we'll see what happens. Most likely at the end of the first quarter of 2024. So keep an eye out for that, all right? Anyways, that's it for now. Look forward to your comments, and I'll catch you later. I am out.